live stream.
Yeah, I find it much easier electronic, and I do much better electronically than I do. But you do whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Okay. Yeah, it's better for notes at any time.
I have some paper, but I don't use electronic.
Okay, so I will officially call the meeting to order. If you can stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have themes on that.
Can you take pictures of the elected officials also? Thanks. I didn't coordinate that. Okay.
We'll appoint him anyway.
Do the swearing in another night.
First, we'll start with the appointment of village officials. We have two to appoint. The resolve to appoint the following officials: Mitchell J. Baker as Associate Village Justice for a term to expire December of 2023, and Kanie Bugna, Clerk Treasurer, for a term to expire in December of 2024. I'll make the motion if I can have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Next up is the, I guess we'll go right to the swearing in of Larry Lonke and Larry Ogrodnik as village trustees for a 2-year term of the village justice Desmond Lyons. Thanks for being here tonight, Stas.
Happy to be
You
here.
saved me the,
Happy to be here. Larry, you good?
let's start with Larry Lonke.
Which Larry?
I understand. You need to be Larry to be.
A lot of Larrys. You raise it up for you.
Should be good.
All right. All right. Good evening. Can you raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me? I, Lawrence Lonke,
I, Lawrence Lonke,
of the Village of Irvington, County of Westchester, State of New York,
the Village of Irvington, County of Westchester, State of New York,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Village Trustee
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Village Trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take care of that. Thanks.
So, Larry Ogrodnik.
Larry.
Just keep the Larry's
Larry?
coming.
Yeah, Larry's. Here, do it this way. Do it on that side. Okay. You raise your right hand, please. And repeat after me. I, Larry Ogrodnik,
I, Larry Ogrodnik,
of the Village of Irvington, County of Westchester,
of the Village of Irvington, County of Westchester,
State of New York,
State of New York,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Village Trustee
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Village Trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. I'll take it. We'll take care of it.
Okay, thanks.
And thank you, Mr. Justice.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Thank you. See you all.
The next item was supposed to be honoring Jim Brennan for his 50 years of service in the Irvington Volunteer Fire Department. We're actually going to put that on hold, hopefully either to next Wednesday or our next meeting, where that'll be TBD. But next is another happy item, is promotion of youth officer in the Irvington Police Department. I've known John Nairati for a very long time, and he's filling some very big footsteps, the footsteps that actually came back tonight, Mike Toolin. But the Irvington Police Department has a long, proud history of having a great relationship with our youth, particularly our high school students in town, which is not an easy thing to do. But a lot of it is because of the efforts of our youth officers. All of our officers have a great relationship with our youth. I'm very proud of that. It's been that way, since I was in high school here. But I really think that a lot of that comes from how, frankly, embedded the youth officers become. The students know them by name, and they don't hesitate to come to them with issues. And I think they do it super early before an issue becomes a problem. And I think that that's, a real tribute to Mike Toolin, who's here tonight. And I know John Nairati is probably the perfect person to fill those big shoes. So we're super happy that you've accepted this promotion, and couldn't be happier for you. Hopefully you're as successful as Mike was, and I have no doubt you will be. So congratulations. So first we'll do the resolution, and then we'll do the swearing in. Resolved to appoint John Nairati to the position of youth officer at annual salary $140,123, effective December 6th, 2022. So, and then we're gonna do swearing in, right, Larry?
It does not a swearing
Is it
in
not
for this
swearing in?
position, no.
Okay,
No.
but we can do pictures, or you
may wanna hear.
I know your family's here, so. So,
You're gonna vote?
we can do a quick pinning sound. I won't actually pin it, I'll just, whatever you want. I'm always nervous.
That's fine.
Half my face is in the picture. Sorry to be like on top of you.
It's good. Chief.
And you hold it for 1 second. That's fine. I had a boomerang on.
28.
Toughest part of the job.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations.
So before he leaves, let's officially vote on the resolution to appoint him. I'll make the motion if I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Now it's official.
All right. Thank you, second.
And you still,
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
See you, Chief.
Bye-bye. Take care, guys. See you later.
There's always time to recover. Sorry about that. Brian, you were too quick for me.
Sorry, Larry.
No, it's okay.
Moving things along.
There's so many pictures out there, I'm sure we'll be able to get a hold of them.
No, I meant to vote.
Oh, to vote.
As long as we got to it before we went home.
No, that's fine.
Or before December 6th, I guess.
Yeah,
It was
I guess
all
that's tomorrow.
family and friends.
yeah, pretty much.
I think a lot of the police officers also.
Yeah,
Must have been excited.
yeah. Good for him.
That's nice.
And for a
I
less,
thought they were here for me.
yeah, for a less exciting appointment, for my deputy mayor, I will once again appoint Larry Lonke. So
Where's your crowd there? We didn't hear you
Yeah.
run about that.
take some pictures.
Thank you, I accept.
Thank you. Now for the meat of the evening. As Mark Gill and I used to call it, the Mayor Smith speed reading evening. I also can't believe that it's been a year since you guys. It's like that went really fast. I don't know if it went fast for you guys, but
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's amazing. First is a resolution to set a schedule for the regular village board meetings. Resolved to hold regular village board meetings on the first and third Mondays of each month of the calendar year, except in July, August, and September, during which months the board will meet on the third Monday. Additionally, the board will hold work sessions on the Wednesday preceding the third Monday each month. Regular meetings and work sessions begin at 7 p.m. All meetings held in the Irvington Village Hall unless announced otherwise. I'll make a motion if I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So but I know there are days, there are months where is that something we vote on tonight, or is that something
No.
that's?
No, that outlines the regular schedule, meaning in just general terms.
Right.
And then the dates that we circulate around follow the regular schedule, except when there's holidays, and that's really the only exceptions. But there's nothing to vote on.
When will that schedule be out?
It's ready to go.
Oh, cool.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I don't think there were any changes from when we circulated it.
Just the February?
There was one, maybe, okay.
February.
I'll double
the
check.
School break.
Yeah,
So
we'll-
just if you have a list
Yeah.
at some point, that'd be great.
we'll circulate that around for sure.
All right,
Yep.
cool. Thank you, Larry, I appreciate it.
And I still, even though I know it's like first and third and the second Wednesday is typically how I think of it, I still always check the calendar on the, just to set it at the beginning of the year. just to-
Right.
In case there's a weird, like, because there are holidays and things that screw things up.
Right, yeah, we make adjustments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just enter them all in so that I don't schedule my payments.
Exactly.
Right.
Next is a resolution to adopt an order of business for regularly scheduled village board meetings. Resolved to set the order of business for regularly scheduled village board meetings as follows. 1, call to order. 2, pledge of allegiance. 3, announcements. 4, correspondence. 5, public comment. 6, consent agenda. 7, public hearings. 8, new business. 9, old business. 10 reports of board, standing committees, and officers, 11 public comment, 12 review of action items, and 13 adjournment. I will make a motion if I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next up is appointment of official banks. I guess we had a name change, Larry, and New York class, which we had already approved separately.
Yep, correct.
Resolution to designate official banks. Resolved to designate JP Morgan Chase, TD Bank, Valley Bank, and New York class as official banks for the deposit of village funds. Make a motion if I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Designate official newspapers. Resolved to designate the Gannett Journal News and the Rivertowns Enterprise as the official newspapers of the Village of Irvington. I'll make a motion if I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution to designate independent auditor. Resolved to designate the firm of PKF O'Connor Davies of Harrison, New York, as the official independent auditor for the Village of Irvington. I'll make a motion if I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of a purchasing policy. Larry and I went over this. I don't think there are too many changes. I think we clarified some of the things that don't need the email about $25,000 checks. Obviously the date, but I think that was pretty much the big case.
It was just a little fine tuning is really all it is. No other major change.
So approval of purchasing policy. Resolved to approve the purchasing policy dated December 5th, 2022. I'll make a motion if I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of a purchasing policy.
Investment.
I'm sorry, investment policy. I've already done the other one. Don't need to do anything twice tonight. The only thing I saw in here, again, is the change of Westchester Bank was taken over by Valley Bank. There's a typo that it should be 10 million, not 10,000. And then New York class was added, as we already discussed. I think that was pretty much it as well.
I just want to note at some point, it might work to be having a discussion if there's any kind of, if we ever wanted to add anything, not for now, obviously, I'm talking about ready for next year, about like, where money is invested. There might be certain industries that the village would want to be investing in which case we would probably be interesting to talk about that, but I know that's probably a much longer discussion, so.
Right, so the investment policy itself actually lists out the types of investments that we're even permitted to invest in.
Right, I saw that.
As well as the types of collateral that we can accept, because all of our deposits are fully collateralized.
Right.
So it's a fairly narrow list, and it's certainly very conservative.
Yeah, I saw the list, I just wanted to, just something maybe we could talk about at a work session or something. Okay.
Absolutely.
Resolved to approve the investment policy dated December 5th, 2022. Make a motion if I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution to set the date of the next organizational meeting. I always like this one, I'm looking ahead. Resolved to set the date of the next organizational meeting as December 4th, 2023. I'll make a motion if I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Volunteer appointments, my favorite part when I get to butcher everyone in town's name. Resolved to appoint the following, there's one change from the printout, which is Carl Falcone is actually moving, so we're not reappointing him to the ethics board. So I won't skip it, I mean, I will skip it, but I do it intentionally. The other ones I just skipped by accident. Resolved to appoint the following village board volunteer committee members. Architectural Review Board, second alternate, Libby Lando, December 2025 for the term to expire. Library Board Chairperson Laura Lilienfield, December 2027. Member Sarah Kelsey, December 2027. Planning Board Member Dan McElligott, December 2027. Recreation and Parks Advisory Committee Chair Rocco Rizzullo, December 2025, which the other two are as well, which Member Tanya Hunt and Member John Kashkin. Theater Commission Member Eric Bernstein and Member Beth Ryan, both for terms expiring December of 2025. Tree Preservation Commission members Alan Richardson and Michael Bradley, terms to expire in December of 2024. Zoning Board of Appeals Chairperson Sarah Gardner, December 2027 is her expiration. Further resolved to appoint the following ad hoc volunteer committee members, term to expire December of 2023. Beautification Committee co-chairs Rita Milo and Ann Myers, and members Heather Bancroft, Andrea Kirsch, Pat Manfredi, Elaine Cardia, Marion Osman, Vijay Garvey, Ann McLohorn, Bo McLohorn. Climate Smart Communities Task Force Coordinator Judy Frimmer, member Tom Thacker, Katie Krall, Keith Coddington, Aurelia Toman, Evan Bargonos, Francis O'Shea, Sophia Johnson, Gwen Merkin, and Charlotte Binns. Community Advisory Board co-chairs Chris Raymond and Joe Archino. Face Committee co-chairs Robert Greathouse and Francis O'Shea, and members Tanya Hunt, Jen Monas, Ray Ovetsky, Rick Rizzullo, Christy Schmidt, Tracy Burkham, Stephanie Menikosko, Wayne Pasternak, and JF Barry. Farmers Market Village Liaison and Secretary Melinda Chaplier, Community Outreach Lauren Billings, Finance Sandy Sack, Marketing Development Catherine Kane. Green Policy Task Force Steering Committee members are Leola Speck, Nikki Coddington, Giselle Nassarelli, Judy Frimmer, Charlotte Binns, and members Dan Jaffe Holmes, Amy Ziff, Gwen Merkin, Jan Blair, Joan Nelson, Josie Bloom, Michelle Ludmer, Ann Altman, Joanna Paul, and Marissa Brown. Housing Committee chairs Deborah Flock, members Karen Schetzel, Susan Robinson, Tom Thacker, Dave Zoibel, Chet Kerr, and Janice Silverberg, and technical advisor Rose Noonan. I ask executive board members Gareth Evans, Daniel Gamer, Chris Harrison, Robin McRae, Rick Rizzullo, Chris Raymond, David Sotile, Eric Spino, and Chris Henry. Open Space Advisory Committee chairs Jan Blair, members Nikki Coddington, Jonathan Elwin, Gaylord Holmes, Chet Kerr, Viola Speck, Neil Marr. Sawmill River Basin Advisory Board member Jan Blair. Traffic Calming Committee members Walter Montgomery, Eric Goley, Alice Bacone, Mary Beth Dooley. Village Historian Dr. Eric Weiselberg. War Monument Committee James Brennan and Greg Nielsen. Woods Committee Chair Nikki Coddington. Members Rocco Rizzullo, Dave Zoibel, Elizabeth Severns Park, Eric Fensterstock, Leslie Seary, Honorary Member Peggy O'Hara, Honorary Member James O'Hara, and Member Zoe Hamilton Baumgauer. Member Francis O'Shea, Charlotte Binns, Dan Brohead, and member on leave, Amy Sherwood.
Thank you, Ms.
There may have been a change from what was published on the website, so.
I was just following up with what was sent.
Yeah, so no, we had a slight change to that
Oh,
one.
okay, I'm sorry.
No,
No, no.
I appreciate you pointing it out. It's very possible that I missed it. But I will make a motion, and not to read it anymore, and as well as to move ahead if I get a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
I kind of enjoyed that, Brian.
Thank you very much. I thought the names were a little easier this year, so I appreciate that, whoever made the appointments. Oh, that was me. So let's see, next up, oops, I just lost my page 2 of my, I lost my, here it is, the trustee liaison assignments. I didn't actually send those out yet. I was gonna go, I actually forgot last week to ask if anybody wanted to change what they currently had. Because it's always a good time to, if people want to do something different. So I will wait till we do those until the next meeting. So if anybody has any feedback, otherwise Larry, maybe you can send out the list as they currently stand. Yep. And you can leave Mark on it for now. Don't just change it to Larry. Larry out. But yeah, I didn't get a chance to do that, and I don't like to just blindly do it. I mean, you guys can always work straight anyway, but if we can avoid that step, why not? So if there's something you really want to be on, let me know. And then on to announcements. The holiday tree lighting is Saturday, December 10th, starting at 4 o'clock to 5:30. The tree lighting is going to be around 5 p.m., I believe. And I will just tease a little bit by saying I anticipate a special surprise this year, and it's not just Santa Claus who's a surprise every year. It's going to be an extra special surprise. So, except if Larry tells me we can't do it, but.
Oh, no. I'm not going to say that.
All right, good. So you might want to come this year, especially. Not that it's not great every year, but check over 25,000. It was Carrier Corporation germicidal UV lighting from the library fund in the amount of $29,856, and Carrier Corporation again replacement air chiller capital fund for $65,313. For Larry O. Anytime we have a check over $25,000, I just report it back to the board so that way you're aware of the big checks. It dates back, I believe, to the famous fire truck incident, 2008, 9, 8.
Yeah,
8 and 9.
somewhere around there.
Put on.
It's a little blurry now, but
won't talk about that.
yeah, we don't talk about it too often.
It's in the purchasing policy, though. That's
Yes, exactly.
With a bunch of exceptions.
yeah, exactly, yes, for the routine. Yep.
So now we're on to correspondence. Two related items. This one from Allison O'Connor, dear trustees. Today I was forced to spend another day sequestered inside my house due to mow and blow crews on West Clinton Avenue using gas-powered leaf blowers. We see tax decibel count of 110. Now the village code no longer has decibel maximum number for gas leaf blowers. I believe my possible options are to go down to New York City, enjoy the same noise level on the subway platforms, Can you stay inside my house certain times of the day, 6 to 7 days a week, while mowing below frantically rushes to clean properties short of the December 15th ban? Cite 148.4 of the Irvington Village Code, unnecessary noise, call the police and report the noise from neighboring properties. Why am I reluctant to waste police time inside relations with neighbors? Can you please clarify if C is a possible option for me? I'd like my email to be officially acknowledged for the next board meeting. Thank you. The next one is also similar, and Altman, all right, to ask why the landscaping companies which use 100 to 120 decibel equipment at their customers' properties 1 to 2 times weekly in our school neighborhoods are exempt from the Irvington Village Code and necessary noises. I've copied the fellow Green Policy Task Force member, Yellow Spec, on this note so we can work together with you in amending the code and discussing enforcement going forward in regard to this multifaceted and clearly sanctioned pollution. I would say that technically they're not exempt from the noise code. The problem is that it's a little deeper than that, because it has to be, you know, kind of ongoing, and there's a key word in there that's like it's not egregious, but there's a word basically that you shouldn't be doing it, and it has to be like kind of de facto. You know, and I've had, you know, people email me that people are using leaf blowers 24/7, 365, which that would obviously be excessive, I think, on the face of it. When I've driven through the neighborhoods, I haven't seen any. You know, I think if someone was using a gas-powered leaf blower for multiple hours, like the police went at 11 a.m. and they're still using it at 3 p.m., you know, that might be egregious. If it's for a half an hour while they clean up during the proof season, it's probably not. So I don't think there's a blanket exemption from it. We actually took it out of our code because it was just too hard to enforce before. But you know, we're actually going to be talking about this quite a bit, because we have a sunsetting provision. We have to determine if we want it to sunset or not. So we don't have to talk about it tonight, but that will be on a work session agenda in the not too distant future.
Yeah, it sunsets the end of 2023,
Yeah,
so
we
you'll
have a
be
year
taking it
to
up.
figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't do anything, it sunsets.
Yeah,
but
then there'll be no more gas-powered.
You may
leaf
want to
blowers.
take it up, yeah.
Right now, they're only, I think, September 15th to December 15th.
And I think December 15th is correct. It might have gotten pushed a little bit later.
It might be September 30. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's and yeah, I don't disagree that there's problems with leaf blowers. I know with my own landscapers that I had to tell them to stop using them in July. So it's, you know, I think there's definitely a perception that everybody wants their, you know, lawns to be immaculate. My lawn's mostly clover and other weeds, so I don't really care that much. But I think it's an education thing more than anything else. But anyway, next up, the consent agenda. Again, for Larry.
Before you do that, we have public comment.
comments, all right. Public
And-
comment,
and
anyone at home?
We do have,
Okay.
yes, we do have one
Great.
person. Yep. Allison.
No one was here, so I got
I know,
the
yeah.
Zoom.
Yeah, Allison O'Connor.
Because the room was fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny.
So crowded. She's muted, I think that might be the issue.
Yeah, I just said asked to unmute, so we'll see. Allison, can you hear us? She had her hand up, so.
There's another.
Yeah, isn't there another
There
public
is.
comment section at the
There
end?
is, yeah.
There is, yeah.
So we can pick it up.
Well, why don't I move on with the consent agenda anyway? And Larry O, again, we did this to kind of, for things that are kind of, don't typically need a lot of discussion or something, and just kind of a quick way to get through, in this case, 3 items that I don't have to read the entire thing. People get very tired of my voice.
In the document so that we can look at them in advance and see if we agree.
And obviously, if there's any questions or clarifications, we can always pull them out if it needs discussion, or we can have a quick clarification and then just approve the consent agenda. But assuming there aren't any questions or no one wants to pull anything out, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda if I can have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Next up, reports of boards, standing committees, and officers. Trustee liaison reports. And we'll start with Arlene.
Okay. So the DPW is starting their maintenance on all the winter equipment. Not starting, but I guess it's ongoing. And the leaf pickup village-wide, they repaired a crack in the salt shed foundation, repaired the catch basin at Havermeyer Road, and they inspected and reported on 4 hazardous trees throughout the village. I'm sure this is their busy season coming up, so I'm sure they'll be doing a lot. And then I have something to report from the police. Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. of course I can't find it when it was right here. Here we go. Okay, so, as we all know, John Nariti got promoted as a youth officer. Frank wanted me to mention that for whoever's on now who wasn't on earlier. Also, the PBA participated in No Shave November to raise funds for the Maria Ferrari Children's Hospital located at the Westchester Medical Center. They've decided to extend that into December.
Lazy, they just don't want to show up. Now that they're not here.
Yeah, exactly. So each member of the department is doubling their individual donations. They really don't want to shave. And also, the public is encouraged to make a donation or can make a donation. If you look at the IPD, there's like a donate button on their Facebook, I think, and Instagram, and on the, I'm not sure if it's on the village website, actually.
We actually posted a story today about it.
You did,
So
okay,
it's on the
perfect.
homepage.
Perfect, so it's on the village website, so people can click on the donate button.
Doc, that's where I'm going with now.
Hopefully, people have noticed the greening that went on over the course of last week into this week on Main Street, and Joe asked me if I would specifically read, the following members of the Irvington Beautification Committee worked all week helping to prepare the village for the holiday season. We could not have done this without them. Co-chair Rita Milo, co-chair Ann Myers, members Heather Bancroft, Andrea Kish, Pat Manfredi, Elaine Cardia, Marian Osman, Vija Garvey, Ann and Bo McLawhorn. Also Parks Foreman Chris DePauli, Parks Laborer Chris DiNardo, Parks Assistant Jeff Russler, and Office Manager Laura Copeman. And lastly, Morabito Electric for the bucket truck and driver to place the wreaths. They provided this service to the village at no charge for over 50 years. A couple more things quickly. Sunday, December 11th is the unveiling of the new Peter Oley Trailways map. It was postponed from this past Saturday, so it'll be this coming Sunday at the Irvington Woods Park and the O'Hara Nature Center from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. The Irvington Girl Scouts and students from the Irvington Middle and High School will provide tours and show off their contributions to the project. Refreshments will be sold, and the Cliff Mays Band will perform. Village tree lighting, you said that, right?
We did, yeah.
It starts at 4, and there's nothing here about a special event, but,
It's, you know,
you can tell me.
sometimes I take liberties.
You know, that's what it is.
Thanks to all the volunteers and contributors who made Thanksgiving week an amazing time. On Tuesday, 11/22, 60-plus seniors were served a Thanksgiving lunch. On Thanksgiving Day, our volunteers prepared and delivered 179 meals to over 70 locations. We're now starting on the holiday basket program for seniors and families in need. We can use help. Donations are appreciated. Please contact Laura or Joe at the rec. We expect a similar number of locations will be made starting on the 21st and 22nd. The department is extremely grateful to all residents who were reappointed to boards tonight to assist the staff in meeting the needs of the community and caring for our parks, facilities, and programs. That includes the Recreation and Parks Committee, the Irvington Woods Committee, the IASC Board, and the Beautification Committee. The CAB will hold their December meeting on Tuesday, December 13th at 8 a.m. Want a tour of Irvington Woods Park? Contact C.J. Riley. I think that's enough for now.
Okay, Mitch.
Most of you probably received an email from the library. If you subscribe to the email list on the village, they're looking for people to complete a survey so that they can better know what the public wants so they can serve them better. So I just want to urge everyone to respond and please make your thoughts known.
Is that available on the website as well?
I was thinking that.
We sent it by email.
Okay.
I need to see if there's a story posted about it that's persistent, so I'll check on that tomorrow.
Cool.
Thank you. That's all.
And Larry, you haven't signed anything yet, so I mean, feel free to give a speech if you're so inclined.
It would be impressive, though.
I just have a few things. Next up is the village administrator's report.
So, last week, we had a very good meeting with the traffic committee. The police chief and our traffic officer, Officer Dunleavy, met with the members of the committee, went over, progress in a bunch of areas, which we have had. And, there's a few follow-up items, and actually you'll have a report in your Friday folder of mail that describes a little bit about some of those follow-up items. But we had a very good meeting. Probably not quite time for the committee themselves to come and present to the board, but I think maybe after the next time we meet with them, probably 5-6 months from now is probably the next time to get a little update. But it was a while, since the beginning of the year that we met with them, and Officer Dunleavy's doing great and had very good feedback from them. And the other meeting I had was with Charlotte Binns, our new sustainability director, so I'm very much looking forward to working with her, and I think you're going to see some good things coming out of her soon. So it was a good meeting.
And you can also let her know that, when the time's right and she wants to come to a work session or even a regular meeting, she's more than welcome. We'd love to hear
Absolutely.
a plan or whatever. So.
I know, absolutely, that's part of her, her charge is to come and report periodically back to the board, or anytime you decide. I mean,
Yeah, and if we want to kind of make it a, quarterly thing or
Yeah.
bi-monthly, whatever it is, we figure out.
Yeah, we'll see what kind of
As she
progress
gets
there
up
is.
and going, she'll probably have a better sense of what makes sense.
Yep.
That's it. Village clerk treasurer's report?
So tomorrow we'll receive the funding for our new bond anticipation note, and then on Wednesday we pay back the old one. Our new interest rate is actually 4.01% compared to 0.4% last year. Property tax payments are due on December 31st. Payment can be made in person, mailed, or online. And we're working with the auditors to set up a date for them to come in and present on the issued financial statements.
And if people pay their property taxes online and they link it with a bank account, I don't think there's any fee or anything, right?
No, only for credit cards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. Village attorney's report.
No report.
Public comment, Larry. I didn't forget on this time. Out of sight, out of mind.
Just give it a second.
Sure.
Does not appear to be, no.
Okay. Review of action items, I had the library survey.
That's the one
I
item.
don't think I have anything else.
Yep.
So if we don't have anything else, I will make a motion to adjourn if I get a second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Since Larry has been on the board, it averaged about 33 minutes.
Yeah.